Time when bipartisanship is tough enough to find in Trenton, well, lawmakers from both sides of the aisle and both houses of the legislature gathered in support of tougher anti-bullying legislation. It comes after last month's suicide of Rutgers freshman Tyler Clementi. The 18-year-old jumped to his death after learning his dorm room tryst with a man had been broadcast over the internet. Jerry Henry has the latest on this ongoing story.
In an often emotional news conference, supporters of the state's second round of anti-bullying legislation spoke out. They included lesbian and gay rights activists.
The bill is a year in the making. To make clear, it's not just a, quote, gay bill. This bill protects every student who is bullied for any reason. We care about all of God's children who deserve to live in dignity and safety for whatever reason.
The last person who wanted me to be here today was my son, because every time I speak up, it gets worse for him. That's wrong. That shouldn't be happening. Not to play upon the fact that Ridgewood High School was victimized by a suicide of a student who graduated from there. Shortly thereafter, what appeared on the walls of the cafeteria was something that said, "Gay must die." The picture was taken by my son.
The tougher laws would require public school teachers and staff to be trained in suicide prevention. It would, among other things, require school districts to establish anti-bullying programs. It also extends to bullying protection at state colleges and universities.
This legislation will create a standardized way to identify and investigate incidences of bullying, and it will also train teachers, administrators, Board of Education members to identify and prevent bullying.
I had parents calling me and saying, well, I can't find out if we have an anti-bullying plan. I can't find out what it is. Now there will be special safety groups that include a parent. Parents will have access. Now the specialist within the school who handles bullying will have his or her name right there on the home page.
The effort comes after the suicide of Tyler Clementi, who jumped from the George Washington Bridge last month. Clementi, a Rutgers freshman, learned that his sexual encounter with another man had been put on the internet by his roommate and another student. But supporters of tougher anti-bullying laws say his death isn't the only reason why laws need to be strengthened. This woman, who is in her late 30s, says she still wears the scars of bullying in high school because she was poor and looked different.
These girls would huddle around me. They would throw their bras at me. And they would call me surfboard.
New Jersey passed its first anti-bullying legislation back in 2002, but sponsors of this bill say it didn't go far enough to include things outside the school, like cyberbullying, which was central in the Clementi case. Lawmakers feel the Bill of Rights will meet with few roadblocks because of its bipartisan support in both the Assembly and Senate. Jerry Henry, NJN News, Trenton.